We are scaring up some Halloween fun today. Joining us today in studio is author Ian Holt to talk about his book, his movie, and our obsession with vampires.
Yeah, we're obsessed, right? Holt wrote the New York Times bestseller, Dracula The Un-Dead, with Dacre Stoker. He's actually the great-grandnephew of Bram Stoker. So welcome to you. There's the picture of the book. And this is the first time, really, that someone has worked with the family and done an authorized sequel to the original.
Yes. The family last worked on anything with Dracula with the Bela Lugosi movie in 1931. And when the copyright fell into public domain and they lost the rights to control the story, they walked away, very jaded from Hollywood. And it's taken 80 years until someone was able to,
that would be you.
Yes, to talk them into coming back. And it was Dacre Stoker, Bram's great-grandnephew, who lives in America, as opposed to the rest of the family that's in Europe and Canada, that decided, yeah, let's do this. You know, he had that American, I guess the American spirit, entrepreneurial spirit had washed off on him a little bit.
How did you do that? Obviously, I'm assuming that you approached him and said, I have this idea.
Through a mutual friend we met, and I said to him, I wasn't even so much about the story. It was, I'd spoken to the family over years, and losing the copyright under, somewhat mysterious circumstances. They were negotiating with Universal at the time, and who knows what happened. Bram was supposed to submit 2 books. He only submitted 1 to the Copyright Office, and instead of asking for another book, they disavowed the copyright.
What's the storyline in this book? Because in the original, Dracula kind of disappears.
Well,
yeah, but he's Dracula.
He's Dracula, but Van Helsing said you have to cut off his head and put a stake through his heart. And they stab him with a knife and slit his throat. And then he mysteriously crumbles to dust, which wasn't even mentioned earlier in the book. And if you read the earlier drafts, one was just sold for like $1 million, $2 million at Christie's, an earlier draft of the book that didn't make it into publication. There's a huge volcanic explosion and the castle collapses, and it's, in Dracula's coffin, and everything goes down into the lava. And by changing that, we knew that someone was thinking about sequel even back in 1897.
Right.
Okay.
Leave it open.
Yes, leave it open.
Whenever I read a book or a movie or something, I see a sequel, I want authenticity here, or if it relates to something in history, that's my thing. And I think a lot of people are that way, and it sounds like you have it here. I mean, doing it
Yes.
with the.
Well, first off, we had the official backing of the family, and there's precedent for that because Florence, Bram's widow, worked on the Bela Lugosi movie. So the family has in the past, perpetuated Bram's legacy. But also, most of the story that we came up with actually comes from Bram. It's like he wrote the book with us. At the Rosenbach Library in Philadelphia, there are 125 pages of handwritten notes by Bram, and it's on like the back of napkins, and even from the Philadelphia hotel where he stayed for a while, he wrote, "Well, yes, I'm sorry, England, but Bram did write part of Dracula in America, so it's partly ours too."
So you got all those notes together?
All those notes, you can see them. Anyone can go see them at the Rosenbach Library. And in fact, there's pictures of them in the book. And you'll see, Bram wrote a foreword in 1901 for the Icelandic edition, where he writes that all the stuff that happened in the book is real. And that's where we took the story from here. Bram is a character in this book. And he finds out that the story that he came up with, it was actually told to him by a mysterious stranger in a pub one night. I won't give away who it is, but that the story's real. And he actually, in this book, because the first one was written all from notes and letters and journals of the characters, Dracula never got to have his say about what happened.
A lot of people do believe in vampires. We're really obsessed. It's very trendy right now with Twilight and all the vampire shows on TV and everything. What's the big attraction? Why are we so entranced?
I think it's because we started as teenagers, and we have, maybe even younger, and we don't have any control over our lives. Our parents tell us what to do, be at school at this time. When you first see a vampire, you don't have to worry about friends in school or getting up for school. I mean, you're a vampire, If you need a friend, you bite him on the neck, you drink a little blood, you have a friend for life. You want to date the cheerleader, or the captain of the football squad, give him a little bit of this, my darling, come to me, and all of a sudden you're dating that person. Vampires have control over their lives. They have the strength of 10 men if you're getting picked on and beat up.
Interesting.
And then as we get older, we don't have to worry about our greatest fear, our mortality. We don't have to worry about, plastic surgery. We stay young forever, all these things. So the vampire feeds into our fantasies about what we wish we could wish for ourselves, I think. So it always perpetuates in each new generation. The poster, I think, for The Lost Boys says it best, why we love vampires. Sleep all day, party all night. It's fun to be a vampire.
And that's the life, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Never grow old, never die. It's fun to be a vampire.
It's a great movie.
Yes.
All right.
Ian, thank you.
Thank you.
For more information on Ian Holt and his book, Dracula The Un-Dead, just go to our website. It's kcal9.com. You can click Seen on TV. We've got all the information right there.